Morning. I'll call to order the Public Services Committee, and with that, we'll have a roll call vote, please.
Spiz.
Here.
Jackson.
Present.
Berman.
Here.
Teets.
Here.
McGilvray.
Here.
Dwyer.
Here. We have a quorum. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, and with that, we'll have a motion to approve the minutes from the March 13th, 2018 meeting, moved by Commissioner Spiz, supported by Commissioner Berman. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Thank you. Okay. Now we'll have the approval of the agenda, moved by Commissioner Teets, supported by Commissioner McGilvray. Any questions? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Now open it up for public comments. Anyone from the public would like to make comments, come forward now. Okay, seeing none, we'll close public comments and move to our regular agenda. And our first item is the Sheriff's Office 2018 Michigan Medical Marijuana Operation and Oversight Grant Acceptance, moved by Commissioner Spiz, supported by Commissioner Teets. Good morning, gentlemen. We have Under Sheriff McCabe and Mr. Dale Cunningham.
This is, I believe, the third year of our grant, Dale. The revenue comes from medical marijuana card registrations is doled out to counties based upon the number of cards within each county. Our amount this year is $364,000, and we're asking to spend $220,332 of that towards a new FLIR unit for the aviation. One of the two helicopters. One helicopter has been upgraded. This would upgrade the second helicopter. Then the rest would be on overtime for all the participants within the narcotics enforcement team, and all the individual agencies are listed there.
Is that the net?
Yes, sir. Narcotics enforcement team, Oakland County Narcotics Enforcement Team. And just so this is clear, this is not to go after medical marijuana. This is to go after illegal marijuana grow operations, people that are outside of the law. If we find somebody that we get a tip on that is operating within the law, we leave them alone. I'll just give you an example. In the last 3 weeks, we've had two large marijuana busts, one of over 400 pounds of marijuana and the other one over 800 pounds of marijuana. So Michigan has become, unfortunately, one of the largest exporters of marijuana to the rest of the country right now, and we're doing our best to battle that. So if you have any other questions, happy to answer them.
What are the changes in the state law? Did they go into effect already as far as the marijuana new law, state law?
Well, they're in the process now of licensing
Okay.
distributors and care people that do they're going to do the transport. Some communities in Oakland County, I think there's 3 communities that have so far said that they want to be part of the new statute. As far as I know, the last I read in MERS, no licenses have been granted yet. They're reviewing them now. I know Orion Township is one. Walled Lake, do you remember the third? I can't remember the third community.
Are there local ordinances that the cities would establish? I mean, there's local control under the state law.
Yes. First of all, they have to say they want in on the process.
Right.
You can do 2 things. They can do nothing and they're not included, or they can affirmatively say we want nothing to do with it. Many communities have done that, saying they want nothing to do with it. That's not required under the statute. But they're going to have to meet all local ordinance, all building codes.
Zoning issues.
Yeah, all zoning issues. I know in Orion Township, they created a strip on Brown Road there by the Costco on the other side of Brown Road that where it will only be allowed in that section of the township.
And then you got a square footage area. You can go 500 or up to 1,000 from a residential
there's
area.
X amount of, I mean, there's the larger growers, the medium growers, there's the transporters, the secure transporters. The statute spells it all out. Right now, the process is in Lansing. They created the, whatever it's called, the marijuana board. I'm not sure what the name of it is. Former House Speaker Rick Johnson is the chair. There's a retired state police sergeant on there. There's a retired Monroe County Sheriff's deputy and 2 other people, as I recall. There's 5 people on the committee that's reviewing the license applications now.
Questions? Commissioner Teets?
The imaging system for the helicopter, what is that, just real quick?
Well, yeah, FLIR, I'm sorry, FLIR is forward-looking infrared, and what it does is in many illegal grow operations, Someone will actually go into a house and convert it into a grow operation.
I see.
And we get a search warrant, and if we find, you can see the house is basically lit up from the FLIR unit, whether it's day or night, because they're using excessive amount of electricity or heat.
Okay.
But we have to have reasonable,
So it's a search
probable
warrant,
cause to do it.
but
We get a
then-
search warrant, and then we use the FLIR unit to confirm what our suspicions are.
Okay.
And the FLIR unit also is used in, it helps us, it's more than just for marijuana. It's a suspect fleeing in either day or night. It lights up, it's heat imaging. Anything that gives off heat, we'll be able to see on the computer screen.
Okay, great.
This particular unit is the original unit from 2001, so it's quite old. So
Okay,
that's why
yeah.
it's here.
No, it makes sense. I just didn't know for
And of
sure.
course, the rest of it, that item, you'll see it on the next item. We're taking part of the medical marijuana money and forfeiture money to buy this unit. It's extremely expensive. It's like around $650,000.
Okay.
Any other questions? Commissioner?
Thank you. Just a quick question about, auxiliary business, businesses. There are testing laboratories, there's a testing laboratory, I think in Whately, that I've heard of. I guess people have told me that people are interested in, getting into this business. There's some people, and the testing laboratory is great, marijuana, certain strands, whatever, for certain illnesses or certain conditions for people. Does this money, or do you oversee those operations as well? Because of course, if they're testing marijuana, that marijuana is going to be on the premises.
No, we are not involved in that. That's a state of Michigan operation. The Michigan Department of State Police has been authorized something, I don't know, like 50 positions or something within the last budget. They'll oversee that, not
Okay.
us.
So there is oversight. But it's
Yes,
not
that's
through
my
local-
understanding.
through-
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about in Walled Lake, but
Mhm.
the entire oversight is done by the state of Michigan.
Okay. Thank you. I don't want to name the company, but, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Spiz,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Berman,
Yes.
Teets,
Yes.
McGilvray, Dwyer,
Yes. Motion carries. Next item is the Sheriff's Office use of forfeited funds. Moved by Commissioner Berman, supported by Commissioner McGilvery.
We generally come to you once a year requesting permission to use drug forfeiture funds to enhance law enforcement. The statute allows for the expenditure of funds to enhance law enforcement. It can't supplant. We're requesting three things. There's $15,000 for the SWAT training. That's what we've done every year when we go up to Camp Grayling. The Can-Am Defender, you should have in your packet. It's basically a large quad runner that we'll use in the Marine Division and elsewhere. It can accommodate up to 6 divers with all their equipment, where we get, as you know, as many lakes and rivers and ponds we have. Some of them are in remote areas, not accessible by a regular vehicle. It can be used for search and rescue. It's something that we really need, quite frankly. And then the last is a replacement of our sniper rifles for the SWAT team.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
Berman,
Yes.
Teets,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Spiz,
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes. Motion carries. Last item is the Sheriff's Office transfer of ownership and release of claims agreement for canine dog at Paco? Paco. Moved by Commissioner Jackson, supported by Commissioner Spiz.
Deputy Mike Garrison, who's the owner, it will be the owner of the dog if you approve this, has been the handler of this dog for many years. Mike is also retiring, and the dog is due for replacement. The dog's either close to 8 years old. So what we have done for many years is come to you. As you know, the dogs become part of the family. They live with the handler and their family. And we have always, with your permission, sold the dog back to the original handler for $1. And
Very
we're
good.
asking for that today.
Kind of unrelated, how many canine units do you have now? in
We
the
have
Sheriff's-
15.
15?
Yes. Well, we have 15 dogs. We do have, I believe it's 2 handlers that actually have 2 dogs each.
Really?
Well, one's fire detection, accelerant detection, bomb dog, so we kind of get a twofer. It works out really well for us, so we can have one handler with 2 dogs. We don't have to have 2 handlers.
Okay. Do you have the tracking dogs and the?
Tracking dogs, narcotics dogs, and bomb dogs, and a fire detection dog. Of course, you know Deputy Kangas has suffered an extreme injury. He works in the arson
Right.
unit. That dog is an accelerant detection dog.
Very good. Any questions? Commissioner Jackson?
Just out of curiosity, these dogs most of the time are German Shepherds, right?
German Shepherds are from Belgium. They're a mixture, but they're all from Europe.
Okay, and, so the puppies come from Europe?
The dogs come from Europe, yes.
Okay, so these retired dogs aren't used to breed or
No,
supply?
no.
Okay, got it.
We buy them from the same, we have a relationship with a distributor here that's actually a retired Bloomfield Township police officer, is also a master trainer, and then the relationship we have with OCC, so when the dogs come in, we have to put the handlers and the dog through a school at OCC that's state certified.
So if there's someone you know that might be a breeder of shepherds, they don't have one to come in maybe and help supply?
We,
Well, we have a,
no, we use the dogs from Europe because they're specifically breeded for this purpose. I
Right.
know a lot of people call us, I've got this great German Shepherd I'd like to turn over to you. Generally, that doesn't work out too well.
I have a Congress manual.
True, very true, very true.
all right, thank you. But
Sure.
Someone did ask me about it.
No problem. I understand.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Berman,
Yes.
Teets,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Spiz,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Anything
Thank you
else to
very much.
report from the Sheriff's
gentlemen.
Department this morning?
No, sir. Just staying busy.
Staying busy, doing a great job.
Thanks for asking.
Anybody
you.
voted
Thank
against
you.
the dog?
Okay, we'll, thank you, and we'll move to communications. We have 3 items. Motion to approve. Moved by Commissioner McGilvery, supported by Commissioner Jackson. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Thank you. No other business. We're